Welcome to Storage Groups. This is the page where you organize the CDN endpoints that hold your video and image content. Every video uploaded to ComusTumbz eventually gets routed to a storage group, and the storage group decides which actual server inside it receives the file. Whether you push content to Bunny CDN, Wasabi S3, Backblaze B2, Cloudflare R2, DigitalOcean Spaces, an FTP or SFTP box, or local disk, every one of those destinations is wrapped in a group and configured here. To open the page, log into your admin panel and navigate to domain.com/ct/admin/storage_groups.php. Or from the admin navigation menu, expand the engine menu and choose storage groups. When the page loads, you'll see a green gradient banner across the top with the page title, Storage Groups, and a breadcrumb showing Dashboard, then Storage, then Groups. Below the banner is a single white card holding a Create Group button, and below that, a wide table listing every storage group currently defined in the system. Each row shows the group at a glance and gives you actions to edit it, drill into its servers, or delete it. A storage group is a parent. It does not store files itself. Inside each group are one or more storage servers, the actual CDN endpoints with credentials, base URLs, and capacity. The group decides routing rules across its servers. The servers do the actual hosting. This page manages the parents. To configure individual servers, you click into a group, which takes you to a separate page called storage_servers.php. We'll cover that handoff in a moment. The Create Group button. At the top of the content area, just below the page header, sits a single white card with one control inside it, a green gradient button labeled Create Group with a plus icon. Click it anytime you want to register a new CDN endpoint group. The button opens a modal form, which we'll walk through after we tour the table. If the system is currently in demo mode, this button is disabled and grayed out. Demo mode is a flag at the top of the PHP file that locks the page in a read-only state for demonstration installs. Nothing can be created, edited, or deleted while it's on. On a normal production site, the flag is off and every control is live. The Groups table. Below the Create Group card is the heart of the page, a table listing every storage group, sorted by priority from highest to lowest, then alphabetically by name. The table has 8 columns. Group name shows the human-readable name of the group in bold, with the optional description in smaller gray text underneath. The name is what you see anywhere else in the admin that references storage routing, so pick something clear like Main Video CDN or Backup Wasabi, rather than something cryptic. Content type shows a green pill badge indicating what this group accepts. The 4 possible values are videos, images, thumbnails, or both. A group set to videos only receives uploaded video files. One set to thumbnails only receives poster images and timeline thumbnails. One set to both accepts everything. This lets you split traffic. For example, route heavy video files to a high-capacity Backblaze B2 group, and route lightweight thumbnails to a fast edge-cached Bunny CDN group. Load balancing shows the routing strategy used when there are multiple servers inside the group. The 4 supported strategies are least space, round-robin, weighted, and geo-based. We'll cover what each one does when we walk through the form. Servers shows the count of active storage servers currently registered inside this group, the children of this parent. If the count reads 0, the group exists, but no actual storage destination has been attached to it yet, so uploads routed here will have nowhere to go. Storage shows 2 numbers, the total space used across all servers in the group and the total capacity of all servers in the group, both in gigabytes. Below that, a small percentage in parentheses tells you how full the group is overall. This is your at-a-glance capacity check. When a group climbs past 80 or 90%, it's time to add another server or expand existing ones. Videos shows the count of video records in the TBL videos table that have this group set as their storage_group_ID. This is how many pieces of content are physically tied to this group. Status shows a colored dot followed by the word active or inactive. Green means the group is enabled and receiving uploads. Red means the group is paused. An inactive group keeps its existing files exactly where they are. The flag only stops new uploads from being routed in. The final column is Actions, which holds up to 3 buttons per row. The first is a gray Edit button. Clicking it opens the same modal as Create Group, but pre-filled with the current group's values for editing. The second is a green Servers button with a server icon. Clicking it takes you to storage_servers.php with this group's ID as a query parameter, where you can list, add, remove, and configure the actual CDN endpoints inside this group. The third is a red Delete button, but it only appears when the group has 0 servers attached. The platform refuses to delete a group that still has servers inside it. That's a safety guard against orphaning storage records. To delete a populated group, you have to first go into the servers page and remove every server from it, then come back here and the delete button will appear. The Create and Edit modal. Click Create Group, and a centered modal pops up over a darkened, slightly blurred page. The same modal opens when you click Edit on an existing row, just with the title changing from Create Storage Group to Edit Storage Group and the fields pre-filled. There's an X close button in the top right corner of the modal. The form has 8 controls. First, Group Name. This is a required text field. Give the group a short, unique label. Examples might be Primary Bunny CDN, Wasabi Cold Storage, or Local Dev Disk. Second, Description. This is an optional multi-line text area. Use it to record context that won't fit in the name. What region the servers are in, who pays the bill, what tier of content lands here. The description shows up in the table view below the name. Third, Content Type. This is a required drop-down with 4 options. Both, the default, means the group accepts videos, images, and thumbnails. Videos restricts to video files only. Images restricts to gallery and post images. Thumbnails restricts to poster images and timeline thumbnail strips. Pick the narrowest option that fits. It tells the upload router where to send each kind of file. Fourth, Load Balancing Type. This is a required drop-down with 4 options. Least space, the default, routes each new file to whichever server inside the group currently has the most free capacity. This naturally balances disk use across the group over time. When one server starts filling up, traffic shifts to its emptier siblings. Round robin cycles through the servers in order, sending file 1 to server A, file 2 to server B, file 3 to server C, and so on. It produces an even spread by file count rather than by file size. Weighted lets you assign a numeric weight to each server inside the group on the servers page. The router sends more traffic to higher weighted servers. Use this when one server is bigger or faster than the others and should carry more of the load. Geo-based routes each upload to a specific server based on a country-to-server mapping. When you pick geo-based, a 5th field appears in the form, Geo Rules, which is a multi-line text area where you specify the country code to server ID mapping in JSON format. The placeholder shows the expected shape, a JSON object with country codes like US, UKDE as keys and server ID numbers as values. A small helpline below explains the format. 5th, Priority. This is a number field with a range from 1 to 10 and a default of 5. Higher numbers mean higher priority. When the system has more than one group eligible to receive a particular upload, say 2 groups that both accept videos, it uses priority to break the tie. Reserve 9 and 10 for your primary production groups. Use lower numbers for backup or archival groups. 6th, Active. This is a checkbox, checked by default. Uncheck it to pause the group. New uploads won't be routed in, but existing files stay where they are. The group still appears on this page, just with a red status dot. 7th, Auto Sync New Content. This is a checkbox, also checked by default. When enabled, any new content uploaded to the platform that matches this group's content, type and priority can be automatically synced into this group's servers. Turn this off if you want a group to act as manual only. You'd then push content to it through whatever maintenance script or admin action you prefer. At the bottom of the modal are 2 buttons, a gray Cancel button that closes without saving, and a green Save Group button that writes the new or updated group to the TBL Storage Server Groups table. Clicking Save reloads the page. You'll see a green success banner at the top confirming that the group was created or updated, and the table will reflect the new state. You can also dismiss the modal by clicking outside it on the dim backdrop or by clicking the X in the corner. Either action closes without saving. The whole point of a group is to hold servers, so most real configuration happens one click deeper. From any row in the table, click the green Servers button with the server icon. That sends you to storage_servers.php with the current group's ID passed in the URL as a query parameter named group_ID. That separate page is where you actually wire up an endpoint. It's where you enter the CDN type, Bunny Wasabi, Backblaze B2, Cloudflare R2, DigitalOcean Spaces FTP, SFTP, or local, along with the specific credentials each one needs. API keys, access tokens, bucket names, region codes, host names, ports, base URLs, and capacity limits. It's also where you set per-server weights for the weighted load balancing strategy and where you mark a server inside the group as the primary versus a replica. We're not walking through that page in this tutorial. It has its own. But the link from this page is how you get there. When you finish editing servers and come back, this page will reflect the new server count, total storage, and used storage in the group's row. Deletion and the server count guard. A note on deleting groups, because the rules are stricter than other admin pages. The red delete button is conditional. It appears only when a group's server count is exactly 0. If you try to delete a group with servers, the page won't even show you the option. This is intentional. Deleting a populated group would orphan every TBL storage file locations row tied to those servers, and your videos would lose their pointers to where they actually live on disk or in the cloud. The right way to retire a group is to first move all its content somewhere else, usually by adding the destination servers to a different group and migrating files using the storage migration tools. Then go to the servers page for the group and remove each server one by one. When the last server is gone, return here, refresh the page, and the delete button will appear in the actions column. Click it, confirm the prompt, and the empty group record is removed. If you really just want to stop using a group temporarily, don't delete it. Open the edit modal and uncheck the active box instead. That pauses routing without losing any of your configuration. How it all fits together. Quickly, the architecture. There are 3 database tables involved. TBL, storage server groups, which this page writes to, holds the group records. TBL storage servers, which the linked servers page writes to, holds the individual CDN endpoint records, each one linked to a parent group by group_ID. TBL storage file locations holds the actual file tracking records. Every file in the system has rows here, pointing to which servers physically hold copies of it. When a video finishes processing, the upload pipeline looks at the eligible storage groups, picks one based on content type and priority, then asks that group's load balancer which of its servers should receive this file. The file is uploaded using that server's credentials, and a row is written to TBL storage file locations to record where it landed. The shard pattern in the CDN path is the floor of video ID divided by 1000, multiplied by 1000. So video 4321 lands under a folder called 4000. That keeps any single directory from holding too many video subfolders. A few practical tips. After a fresh install, there's typically a single default group already created. Confirm its content type is both and its priority is high. Then go into the servers page and attach at least one real endpoint or local server before you start uploading content. Set up a secondary group with a lower priority for backup. Use the storage column as a weekly health check. When any group climbs past 80%, take action before it fills. And remember that toggling active is reversible and safe. Deletion is final and gated by the server count guard. That's storage groups. One table listing every CDN endpoint group, one create group button, one modal for creating or editing, covering name, description, content type, load balancing strategy, geo rules when needed, priority active flag and auto sync flag, and one green servers button per row that drops you into the deeper storage underscore servers.php page where the actual endpoint credentials live. Combined with the storage server records inside each group, this is how ComusTumbz routes every uploaded video, image, and thumbnail to the right place across Bunny, Wasabi, Backblaze B2, Cloudflare R2, DigitalOcean Spaces, FTP, SFTP, and local storage. Set up your groups once, drill into servers to attach the real endpoints, and your content delivery pipeline is wired up.